too.
Okay.
This is live. Can you hear me? Check one, check two. This is the first inning, and talking about the first inning, you have to share, like, and subscribe. It really helps with the algorithm, and commenting below means a whole lot. And we will contact you or reply to your comment, in a matter of time. But today we have some things to talk about. I got Roger, the big Yankee fan, with me, and Michael Caputo will be calling in shortly. So yeah, man, let's get into and talk about the first inning. I made Roger, I don't think I told you this, but I've made another page for the first inning.
Oh, okay.
Right, so we're gonna have to, and it's at 0 right now, no subscribers, and we just have to build it. So maybe you can do like little videos, and I can upload them up to YouTube on the first inning side.
I see. Yeah.
You could make like little clips, and I'll edit them out. And write. Here's Michael calling in. Hold on. All right, what's up, man? You on the air? I got Roger on too. Can you hear me?
What's up? Yeah, what's up? What's going on?
So how do you feeling, man?
Well, I'm not happy about Aaron Boone passing out. I'm very upset.
Yeah, I can only be on for a little while, so you have to stay on longer because I'm taking care of some work for my sister. She's doing a performance, and I'm helping her with the moving of the instrument. So I could only be on for about 15 minutes now, but I do follow what you're saying. A lot of fans are not happy about the re-signing of Aaron Boone.
Nobody is.
But really, I mean, I can understand it though. But really, I mean, it's not really his fault they didn't hit and play well.
I understand. You wanted this guy back for 3 years? Are you kidding me? The Yankees ain't gonna win nothing. They're not gonna win nothing.
Yeah, but this time they're gonna find him. They're gonna find their own staff now. They're gonna find the hitting coach. They're gonna find the bench coach.
I don't think so. I think it's gonna be more of the same. Maybe the hitting coach, but he's gonna bring in analytical people. It's not gonna be like old school managers and coaches like the ones that we want, Buck Showalter. It's not gonna be anybody like that. They're gonna bring in all these bums again.
How come they don't? Like in the world, right? In the world, they have these places where you can go, like batting cages and stuff like that, and they have these professional people that work at these places of hitting and pitching. How come we can't hire one of these guys? You know what I mean?
I have no idea. Well, I don't think that. I didn't think of that. Because they're just not gonna. They don't do that. The Yankees. They're a different organization, and they just want to hire people that are just puppets. And I don't know how you could say that it's gonna be different this time. He's a horrible manager. What has he done in the 3 years that he's been on the Yankees? The 4 years actually. He hasn't done a damn thing. He hasn't taken.
He has brought them to the playoffs every year, and
they have won no championship or even gotten to a World Series.
Yeah,
if the Braves make it to the World Series this year, Michael, it will be the first time they've been into the World Series since '99.
I know, but you can't compare the Braves and all these other teams to the Yankees. The Yankees are the most recognized and the most popular franchise in all sports history. A team that has won World Series.
Cashman made a controversial statement during the press conference. And
I didn't watch it because he's a people.
And said the Yankee fans are spoiled, and that.
Well. I'm sorry.
Really? I didn't get to see
he needs to go. Cashman needs to kick rocks and F off in layman's terms and get the hell out of New York. If he's going to say that New York fans are spoiled, then he needs to get the hell out of here. I can't stand that little runt, that little freaking weasel like cockroach. I want him out of here. I can't stand Brian Cashman.
But
so damn good.
But listen, right? By him making that statement, right, saying that we're spoiled, right? That means that he's not gonna buy and he's not gonna go out and get anybody in the trades.
No, that tells me that he's gonna do more of the same next year.
Right.
If Aaron Boone back, I told you this. We're gonna get the same exact team. They're not gonna do anything groundbreaking. Do not expect this team to do anything groundbreaking.
Yeah, that's what I believe.
They're not gonna do anything groundbreaking.
Because look, right? I mean, people say, "Oh, get rid of Sanchez and all this," but who wants these guys? Who Who wants them in a
They're not
trade?
doing anything big.
That's the problem.
They're going to get a stupid shortstop. They're going to get a stupid shortstop and call it a season. That's it.
Roger.
That's what he was. I heard. I didn't watch the press conference, but I heard that was what he was talking about for like 10 minutes as a shortstop. Who gives a crap? They need more than a shortstop. They need starting pitching. They need a catcher. They need a first baseman, a center fielder, a left fielder, 2 starters, and a reliever. You know how many things that is that you need to get?
We do need all that. Hey, Roger, tell them who they want for shortstop.
Okay, what a Star Ledger reporter has reported that he feels. I've heard conflicting reports. I've heard that the Yankees may go cheap because they have guys in the minor leagues like Volpe and Peraza that they want to work on getting up to the majors. But the other report was that they may spend big on a shortstop, and they could be looking at Carlos Correa. Now, a lot of people will say, oh, he's a Houston Astro, he's a cheater.
Yeah.
But Correa is a Puerto Rican player and has been a big Yankee fan for many years. And
I never heard about being a Yankee fan. That rumor I never heard of.
Well, he is a big Yankee fan, and he says he has hinted that he would like to wear the pinstripes and to the Yankees. But now the Yankees would have to, and it would be Carlos Correa as an option, Corey Seager as an option.
I'd rather have Corey Seager. I don't like Correa. I think he's a dirtbag. I don't like him. Be honest with you.
They're talking about them, and they're talking about spending on a premium arm, a pitcher to add to the rotation. So
who's that going to be though? Is it going to be Max Scherzer? Because there's nobody else that's out there.
The second report is that the Yankees may just go cheap because they want to work on having Volpe, who has not even
but what about the rest of the areas that they need? They need a center fielder, they need a left fielder, they need relief pitching, they need starting pitching. They have to fill all these holes. They're going to leave this team completely blank again. You know they have to rebuild, right? This team can't keep the same exact team again, right? They're not going to win anything if they do the same exact thing again.
Right now, it's all a question mark. You know, the ball is in Hal Steinbrenner's court.
Yeah.
I know, but this team does not care about championships. You have to accept that now. This team, they're not a team that is hunting for a World Series anymore. When George Steinbrenner died,
since 2005 to 2020, Yankees profits have doubled from 2005 to 2020.
No, but they can't go by the payroll and the luxury tax. The Dodgers have a $280 million payroll. Why don't the Yankees do what the Dodgers do? Well, what's the explanation for that?
I was going to say that the Yankees' profits have doubled, but their payroll has actually dropped by $5 million. So it's
but why don't they do what the Dodgers do? Is it because they just don't care about winning?
I don't think
the Dodgers are putting his profits back into the team.
Yeah,
but the Dodgers don't care about payroll. They don't care about money. They want to win. Why don't the Yankees want to win? Why can't they just have the balls enough to tell all the fans that they don't care about winning? They're afraid to tell the fans this because the fans will riot. They'll go crazy after them. They're
won't go
afraid
to the games no more.
Scared for his life.
They won't.
He doesn't want to say that we don't want to win.
Yeah, you know what, man?
He doesn't want to say those words. They don't want to say that our goal is not to win. They don't want to say it. They're afraid.
Well, Cashman said it by telling you that Yankee fans are spoiled. That's what he's telling you.
But they haven't won a World Series in 13
That's
years.
what he's telling you. He told you that. he said
I'm tired of excuses for this organization. I can't take them anymore. I don't want to hear their nonsense. They just want to keep bringing out the same exact team every year. No, the worst change is no change. Don't they understand that? Are they retarded, this team? Are they mentally challenged?
What would be better, though? What do you think would be better? To get a shortstop or to bring Anthony Rizzo back?
Well, they have to do a lot of things. They need more than a shortstop. They need things on this team.
Hold on. Yeah, Roger.
You probably won't be able to have another option at shortstop the way they have this year.
You know what else, though? Not for anything else. You seem like you're okay with the Yankees doing what they do every year. You're like one of those fans.
So they are going to have to, if they want to spend big, this is the year to spend big on a shortstop.
They have to spend big. But it's not just shortstop, though. You think that a shortstop is going to solve everything? What do you think, by getting a shortstop, they're going to win the World Series? They need pitching. Their pitching's horrible.
I think I'd rather go out and get a starting pitcher, honestly.
What if the Yankees took 100 years? Are you still going to screw the same bull crap? Oh, it's okay to me, though. We'll still watch them and see them lose every year. Cashman and Steinbrenner are completely satisfied with this team making the playoffs and losing every year. That's a World Series for them. That's it. They do not care about reaching the World Series and winning it. And you guys seem to be okay with it. Not me. I don't know how you can not be okay with this.
Yeah, it's sad,
If you were Dodger fans right now, you guys wouldn't like this.
Yeah, it's sad, man. You can't. I mean, it's in their court, man. They're gonna do what they're gonna do,
this
man.
This was the last chance for them. This is their final and only chance to go big this year and go spend money. And it looks like they're trying to say that they're not going to do anything. So they're completely fine with a long draft. Then it looks like we're not going to see this team win maybe hundreds of years.
That's what he told you. That's what Brian Cashman said in all of the little words of saying Yankee fans are spoiled. That's what he said.
Then screw him, man. Then step down then if they're spoiled. If you don't care about winning a championship and they're spoiled for what? We haven't won in 13 seasons. That's not a long time to him.
You know what? Yeah, time? I mean, we won one time in 20 years, right?
They won one championship in 23 years. That's awful. That's terrible.
Yeah, I mean, come on. How can we be spoiled then, right? How can we be spoiled if we only won one?
The Red Sox won 4 championships in 15 years. The Giants won 3 championships in 9 years. The Cardinals won 2 championships. The Yankees only won 1. They're terrible.
Yeah.
How can you say we're spoiled?
That's true, man. You gotta. That's a great point, man. I gotta agree with you, man. I mean, how can you say we're spoiled? That's true.
Yeah, I understand you're like one of those big Yankee fans, but you're completely fine. If this team never wins the championship again, you'll be fine with that. You'll live with it. I mean, come on. You gotta be realistic.
No, but this is the deal here. I can't get too upset because it's out of my control.
I know, but I understand it's not a matter of life and death. But if the Yankees do never win a championship ever again, I don't think you're going to be too happy about that.
Oh no, man, we're gonna be upset, man. But we can't. Like Roger said, we can't. It's out of our control.
I mean, actually, we do have control. We just boycott the team. How about that? Boycott them. Well, don't go to the games. Make them starve, and that's how you get the organization to wake up. Maybe they'll wake up.
Regardless of the fact, they're not gonna get fans to the stadium. Period. If it's gonna be that way, they're not gonna get fans to the stadium. Period, man. I mean,
this guy is a toxic owner. He's not good. You can see it right in his face and his expressions and in his interviews. He's terrible, Steinbrenner. He does not care about championships. I can't believe that he actually said he's as passionate as the fans are. I mean, if that was the case, this team would have had a championship already. If he was as passionate as the Yankee fans are. Why did he talk like nonsense for? He's not passionate.
Michael, there's 2 ways it works out for me and BX Palmer. And this year, for example, in some years when it's packed stadium, obviously it's very exciting. But this past year, when BX and I get together and have a good time together, and the stadium is half empty, it actually is more calming for us because we can spread out, we can cross our legs, we can relax.
Okay. Well, that's the way you want to look at it. But if Yankees are going to be losing every year for the next 100 seasons, you're not going to be. I don't think you're going to be happy. The Yankees are going to turn into an absolute dumpster fire like they did in the 1980s, and they're going to get no fans. It's going to be, the stadiums are going to be empty, and then I don't know. The organization has to put their foot down at that point. I don't know if they're waiting for that to see it really go downhill, because it's already been downhill for the last, I think, 23 years. They only won one lousy, stupid championship.
And let me say this, too. Let me add to this, too. Not only that, we're the laughing stock of the league. I mean, the Yankees are the laughing stock.
What's his name said it, too? Aaron Boone said it, that the league's caught up to us. So what is that supposed to mean? If the league's caught up to you, then go out and go get a better team. Go out and get better players.
Yeah.
And he's a joke, Aaron Boone. He's a joke.
The league has more than caught up to them. They've left the Yankees.
Yeah, they dusted them. in the tracks.
Everybody beats them now. If the Baltimore Orioles were to play the Yankees in the playoffs, they would take them out. Everybody could beat the Yankees. Don't be surprised if the worst team in baseball sneaks in next year and they upset the Yankees. Because the Yankees, nobody is afraid of this team anymore. They're not the team that used to be like the big bad Yankees that used to face in the playoffs years ago. This team is so vulnerable now that when teams face them, they love to play them. They know when they see their name.
Empire anymore. You know how they have the whole Star Wars theme going on. They play.
No, they're not the evil Empire. Everyone thought they got Garrett Cole.
And they have 2 strikes, and they have a whole Star Wars theme.
No,
they're really not the evil Empire anymore. They're
they're not. They're far from it. They're not even close. They stopped being the evil Empire many years ago. Everyone thought they were again when they got Garrett Cole, but that ship has sailed.
Listen, it's perfect that we have the Star Wars reference because you know the stormtroopers, they can't hit anything. You know they be having them gun battles and they don't even hit nothing. Just like the Yankees, they don't hit nothing.
Well, this is an absolute disgrace. So far, this tells me that they're going to do nothing in terms of getting, putting out a World Series caliber team, bringing Aaron Boone back. It's just going to be the same thing again. And Brian Cashman is going to come back, and they're going to just do the same thing again. They're going to go by analytics. They're going to get these mediocre pitchers that have 6 and 7 ERA. It's just going to be the same thing again. You look at their rotation. Do you think this is a World Series rotation? You really think this is their rotation has the potential of winning a championship?
The pitching is bad, man. They have to go out and get a big pitcher.
They have a horrible staff. It's going to get knocked out again. And I don't get why Yankee fans don't see this, though. The majority of fans are smart and they know. But these Yankee fans seem like they're completely okay with just losing every year. Like they're used to it now. They don't care anymore.
Well, Michael, what I'm trying to explain to you is that when BX Bomber and I get together, it's the camaraderie of being together. It's enjoying the stadium. And
I understand that, but
what they do is secondary. I know. I mean,
I take winning serious though. They haven't won a World Series in 13 years. How can you not take it serious?
BX Bomber getting together.
It's fun to get together and watch a game. I get that, and being with your friends, yes, more important. But I'm saying, in terms of winning, though. You cannot be satisfied with the outcome of what this team does and with the product they put on the field every year. If you're okay with that, then I think you're just one of those Yankee fans that it's just like, if whatever happens, happens. If they win, they win. That's what Steinbrenner and Cashman are saying right now. Basically, whatever happens, happens. So basically, if the world comes to an end right now, the world comes to an end.
But
that's what they're basically saying.
Right, but wait a minute. Who the hell wants to sit through a horrible season, though? I don't.
I'm not watching them next year.
I don't want to go to the games and be sitting through no horrible season either. You know, I want to sit through a winning season at least. You know, I don't want to be like.
They were horrible last year. They were awful. They were anything but a great team last year. They were absolutely horrific last year. It was awful to watch this team. They're lucky they even got into the playoffs, and then they just got embarrassed like everyone thought they would.
Like you say, man, the Yankees are turning into the Baltimore Orioles, man.
Yeah, and maybe worse than that.
And look,
I was the Cleveland Browns.
Right, and look at the Baltimore Orioles. They had the stadium sold out. Remember, they had the record of sellouts in the whole 9
yards. They were great in the 90s.
And now look.
Yeah, they're a mediocre team now. They're like the Baltimore Orioles. They're like the Colorado Rockies. They're like the Diamondbacks. They're a team they're a last place team on a high payroll.
Their biggest crowd they get, and it's not even a sellout, is when the Yankees come into town. You know what I mean?
And that's the only reason why they're relevant, the Yankees, because their payroll and the name, that's it. Oh, take that away and take their payroll away, and the Yankees suck. They're not good. Well, we all think that they have all this talent on this team. I don't think it's talent. They don't have the clutch gene. What do they do in the postseason every year, these guys? They don't choke.
Nobody's clutch on this team. That's another problem. Nobody's clutch on this team, man. Nobody.
No.
You can't.
Well, I have to say Stanton was clutch. That's about it.
If we're in the championship game, if we're in the championship game, who do you want to come up to bat that you know is going to get a hit?
That's it. Stanton, that's it.
I mean, he's the only one that's going to blast it somewhere, but anybody else is not going to do anything.
As of right now, Stanton, the way he's hitting, I can't knock the guy. He's been great for them. Well, that's something
Excuse me, you guys. I just want to say, I have to get in and get that instrument moved, but it was good talking to you guys, and you guys continue to have a good show.
All right.
And I'll talk to you soon, okay?
I'll talk to you later.
All right, I'll talk to you.
Take care. Yeah. Bye-bye.
All right, bye-bye.
Yeah, see you. Well, sorry to say it, but, I mean, I'm sorry. He could say what he wants, but the Yankees have not won a World Series in 13 years. He's one of those Yankee fans that sounds like he's completely okay with this team never winning. I mean, how could you have an attitude
man,
like that?
we're not okay with them losing though. I'll tell you that much, man. The thing is,
come on.
We're okay with going to the game. The point is that we're not okay with sitting through a horrible season.
And I don't want Cashman says that Yankee fans are spoiled, right? What does he mean by that? Spoiled? Does he mean that this team wants this fan base wants to win the World Series every year? Because I don't want that. I want them to win one championship and that's it. I don't want if he's going by that, then he's out of his mind. And
you know something? I wanted to see that press conference interview, and now I can't find it nowhere. They only have clips.
I don't even want to watch it because I didn't watch any of them. I didn't watch
because I didn't
watch Boone's.
No, because sometimes people take it out of context. You know, like they take it out of context of what he said. I'm
not interested. I don't even care
what he said.
Because he's another joke, Cashman. He should be. He's another one that should have been gone 20 or something years ago. How he's still a general manager on this team makes me absolutely sick to my stomach. How this guy's still part of the Yankees. He should have been booted out of this organization many, many years ago. He's still here, this guy. He never leaves. He's the owner of the team, and he just does nothing about the Yankees. It's an absolute joke. He does nothing. He should have been gone already. Should have been gone. And Hal Steinbrenner should have sold this team. He doesn't care about winning. It's a situation that what the Mets had with the Wilpons, and the Wilpons sold the team because they didn't care about winning. And they said it themselves that they couldn't spend the money, and that's why they sold it. The Yankees should just sell the team then if they don't care about winning. And then apparently they don't have the money. They have billions of dollars, this team. How are they, starving? I don't understand it. Since when are they starving for money, the Yankees?
Well, they're pocketing the money because I don't see, what are they trying to achieve? Well, okay. They put new things in the stadium. I say they spent money on putting new things in the stadium, this and that. But other than that, where they gonna find the money to buy these big time players though? That's my point.
And no, they have the money. They just don't want to spend it. They have it. Don't make them fool you. Don't make them steer you wrong. They have the money. They don't want to spend it because they want to just go with this mentality, bring the same team back, run them out, and see if we can do it again. They're never going to go with, we have to break everything up, make changes. The Yankees, they don't do that. That's not the Yankee way. They don't do that stuff. They believe is keep everything together, BFF forever, friends forever, keep the same team, bring them out again, and now see the ending result. And then what's going to happen again? They're going to lose again. They just don't change anything, this team.
It's true. They have to make, to win, yes. They have to make a dramatic change. You know,
they have to make a lot of changes. They don't need one thing. They need several things on this team to win.
Yeah,
they have so much that this team has so many holes.
Yeah, they do, man. They have a lot of holes, man. They need a whole rotation, like we said, and add bullpen guys.
They need a center fielder. They need a shortstop. They need a catcher. They need a reliever. They have to trade guys. They should trade Frazier, trade Andujar, trade Hicks, trade Boyd.
The best thing to do right now is that right there is to get rid of Aaron Hicks because he's the only one that has some worth to trade. And nobody else has any worth because every other guy sucks on the team. So who the hell are they going to trade for?
Aaron Hicks has not necessarily true. Aaron Hicks actually was at the whole season. He's actually the one that doesn't have any value. The one that has value is probably Luke Voigt because he played last year even though he was injured. And I guess Barry Sanchez, even though he sucked, but he has value because he played. And I guess Frazier and Andujar.
But listen,
Aaron Hicks was out the whole entire season.
No, but listen to this though. Aaron Hicks does have a lot of worth because you're getting a player that might be 100%. You know what I mean? He's not hurt.
I don't know. He's coming off a Tommy John surgery. I highly doubt that one. He's coming off a surgery, this guy, and he's constantly always injured every year. He's injury prone like crazy, Aaron Hicks. He never can stay healthy. He's the worst, the most injury prone guy on the team.
He's never played a full season, right? Am I right? He's never played a full season yet.
No, he hasn't.
You know, that's one contract they can get rid of right there. You know, and
he's more injury prone than Aaron Judge is in Stanton.
Yes, he's the most out of all of them, I would say, that is injury prone.
Have you seen him ever play 162 games? Look at his games played. He never plays. It's always something with him, a groin injury, a hamstring injury, a torn ACL. it's always something with him. He has to be gone. Aaron Hicks, if they keep this guy too, they just love this team so much. They just don't want to ever break it up. They're in love with everybody on this team. They have like a obsession, this front office, with this team. They just don't want to break it up. They're afraid to break it up. I don't know why they want to make changes. It's crazy.
I don't know, man.
I think the change, to make a lot of changes and break everything up, and then they have to get players that are winning players. Why don't they want to do that? I mean, they need guys that are winners. You can't keep the same exact team again. We're going to go through the same thing next year. They might not even make it to the playoffs next year.
Yeah, man. If it's going to be more the same, yeah. It might not be happening. They barely got in last year.
They just inched into the playoffs. It came down to the last game of the season last year. The last game of the season. They would have lost that game to Tampa. They would have had to play a tiebreaker and lost the tiebreaker game. And then they wouldn't even have played a wild card game. This team's it took the last game of the season for them to get into the playoffs.
It's true, man.
It never went down to the wire like that. It never went down to the wire. It wasn't even that close all those other years. They made it by so much all those years. Now they can't even get to the playoffs. And now they get in, they get knocked right out. Now they lose a wild card game. They lose the wild card game. I mean, it's like they're getting worse every year. Every year it's getting worse and worse.
It's
and
true,
this guy,
man.
these Yankee fans are okay with they keep everything the same, and it's ridiculous.
It's true, man. It is. It is getting out of hand. You know what I mean? I know before the Yankees didn't know nothing, but now this is really extreme, not know nothing.
Nope.
You know what I mean?
I told you I was gonna let you. I told you I was gonna let. I told you that I was gonna give you a piece of my mind when Aaron Boone came back. That this is what we expected this to happen. I said it. I told you. I mean, I wasn't gonna be happy about this, but I expected this to happen. 3 years with an option. What a disgrace. This guy's going to be here 4 more years. I don't believe this. And didn't Cashman say he wants this guy on the team 10 more years or something? I heard him say it. He said, I'm going to be here for 10 years.
I don't know,
So already
man.
It's going to be 8 years.
I don't know, man. It's,
Yeah. This guy hasn't won a thing on this team. He hasn't brought this team to a World Series. I don't know how Roger could say that he's okay with all this. He accepts everything. He just thinks everything is golden on this team. No offense, no hard feelings to the guy. Cool guy and everything, but he cannot be happy with these changes. It seems like anything the Yankees make, he respects it. He's one of those real loyal, no matter what this team does, they can hire a serial killer and he'll be okay with it. You gotta be kidding me.
That's his thing, man. He goes to the games and all that, but other than that, nobody wants to sit through a horrible season. You know what I'm saying? Nobody's okay with sitting through. He's not okay with it neither, man. He's gonna go to the game anyway, but
nobody liked Aaron Boone coming back. I talked to a lot of Yankee fans, and nobody likes this decision. Nobody. This guy has brought no championship to this team. He doesn't even get them to the World Series. He's been here for 4 years already, and they haven't even made it to a World Series. What's so great about this guy? He sucks.
Yeah, man. I mean, hey, but the thing is, with Aaron Boone is right now, he's in 4th place of Yankee franchise history in the most wins as a manager. So if he stays on the team, he's gonna pass Joe Girardi and Joe Torre and
I know, but I don't care about all that stuff. So he makes it to the playoffs with them every year, but they lose every year. He doesn't even get far with them. Where's the furthest that he got with this team? I mean, they made it to 1 ALCS and they lost. He didn't get further like Joe Girardi did. I mean, that guy took him 1 win away from the World Series, and they fired the guy, and they bring in a guy that has no experience managing. And now look where it got the Yankees. He probably was the worst thing that ever happened to the Yankees, Aaron Boone. They turned into the worst fucking team in baseball. Excuse my language, but they turned into one of the worst teams in baseball. They're a laughing stock, this team.
Especially with
Joe
these
Torre and Girardi,
man.
they brought championships to this team. What did this guy bring to the Yankees? Brings nothing to this team.
Yeah,
he likes to coddle the players. He likes to tell them everything is going to be okay. He doesn't get them fired up. He's just a quiet, too laid back, Aaron Boone. He's not a good manager, man. Everyone knows it throughout all baseball. You talk to anybody and they'll tell you that this guy is not the right fit for the Yankees. He's not. He's not great.
Well, now that they're gonna get, you know, a new staff for this guy, maybe that'll help him.
What's going to be different, though? What's going to be different than the other? It's going to be another bunch of losers that they're going to bring in.
No, because these guys are gonna actually do their job this time. The batting coach and all these other coaches they have to hire.
I'm glad they fired Marcus Thames. I'm glad they fired Devin, but it's not going to make a difference. They needed a new manager. They brought this guy back. Already, I don't like the way the season's going, and they're going to bring Cashman back. We wanted those guys gone. We all agreed to that, and they're back. Now, what are you going to do now? They're going to bring the same team back again. It's not going to be any different.
It's true, man. It's true, man. They are trying to bring back the same team.
They are going to bring back the same team. What do you think they're going to do differently that they did last year?
And I don't think they're gonna you know, trade for anybody big neither, man. You know what I mean?
They're gonna do. Roger says he's heard rumors. It's all rumors. They're not gonna. They say that they're in on Carlos Correa and Corey Seager. We're ways from happening. It's months and months away. You don't know what's gonna happen. It's just pure. It's just rumors. It's just speculation. You don't know what's gonna happen. This team might not do anything in the offseason. They might just go cheap and do nothing. I don't think this team's going to do anything.
Yeah, man. I don't think they're even going to sign back Anthony Rizzo. In my opinion,
they're not going to have an off season. They're not going to have an off season like when they signed Garrett Cole. They're not going to have one of those off seasons. They're not going to do something big like that. I doubt it. And they didn't even get anybody after Garrett Cole. They made one move that year, and that was it. They have to have the off season that they did in 2009 when they signed CC, AJ Burnett, Mark Teixeira. That's what they have to do, but they're not doing that. Not gonna do that.
I don't know, man. I really don't know. I don't know what they're gonna do, but I don't think they're gonna do all that, though. I'll tell you that much.
Oh, well, they're not winning. Then they're not gonna win. They're never gonna make changes. It's gonna be the same thing again next year, and the fans just go along with this. And these new Yankee fans, I can't say they know absolutely nothing about the game. They don't know anything. These millennials, they know nothing about baseball.
True.
They just are okay with this team to lose every year. Meanwhile, the real Yankee fans want to see a championship already. We haven't seen one in 13 years.
Yeah,
these new Yankee fans don't care.
And we the ones that pay. And we the ones that pay to go to the games to see crap. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And that's horrible, man. Nobody wants to do that, man. You know, it's not fun when you're paying for something and it's horrible to go see it. Who wants to do that?
Every year. This is every year. They don't want to make changes. They're the exact same organization as the Dallas Cowboys. It's almost the same exact thing that the Cowboys do every year. The general manager does nothing. They do the same thing every season, a broken record of what they do. It's a replica every single year what they do the year after. No changes will be made. As long as they have this front office, I told you this, Hal Steinbrenner, Cashman, they're never going to do anything great. They're never going to do anything great for this team to win. Well, they're never going to do anything.
I mean, the way that press conference sounded like, man, it sounded like they don't want to even do nothing. They
don't care. They're good enough to make the playoffs, and then that's it. Whatever happens in the playoffs happens in the playoffs. How could he say that the fan base is spoiled when we haven't won a World Series in 13 years? Who the hell is he to say that this fan base is spoiled? All we won was one championship out of this run.
One in
and he
20
said
years.
The fan base is spoiled.
It's true, man. It's true. He shouldn't. That was the wrong thing to say.
That's what he has to come at and say. That's what you got. Is no, the fans are spoiled. Really spoiled. You have delivered one championship on this team in 23 seasons. One championship out of 23 years. That's all you delivered to this team. He's a joke of a general manager, Cashman. He should have been gone years ago. 2 decades ago, he should have been gone.
Yeah, man. But this guy, he's gonna be around till he dies, man. That's the problem.
Well, then the Yankees will never win, and I told you then. I'm predicting it now. The Yankees will never see a World Series ever again in their life. It's over. This team just break down break down Yankee Stadium. Might as well just boycott this team. We're never seeing a championship again. 2009 might have been the last one you will see. That's true, that was the final and last championship. And if they're not going to do any of these things, this team will go winless forever.
And you know what's ironic?
It's happened.
You know what's ironic about the whole thing is, right? The old stadium, they won the championship in the first year, whatever, and won a whole bunch of championships in that old stadium. Now it's the new stadium, and they only won one, and now they're gonna be droughtless through the rest of this decades. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna be like total opposite. You know what I mean?
I can see it happening. They christened the new stadium with one championship, and that's it. It's almost like it was a fluke. I almost kind of seem to think it was like a fluke.
Well, it was
almost like it wasn't real. It doesn't even feel like they won that year because they haven't won so long.
If it wasn't for Mark Teixeira and that foul ball against Minnesota in Yankee Stadium, they would have never passed them.
It wasn't just a foul ball. You can't go by these things, home runs and hits. The Yankees had a great team that year. I'm just saying that it doesn't feel like they even won that year because they're so terrible, this team. They won all those years. It wasn't. They had great teams. They won because they won.
Our biggest hitter.
They didn't get lucky. Because then you could say anybody got lucky then. You could say all teams that win the World Series get luck. They have luck. The Yankees just had great teams. The Jeffrey Maya thing, that was definitely that was a luck, I think. That was that was we stole that World Series because that was a great team. The Yankees were just too good.
No, I can't say they stole the World Series because if it wasn't for Jeffrey Dahmer, Jeffrey Maya. We would have never beat Baltimore. You know what I'm saying? I don't think we would have beat Baltimore.
They were too good that year to be denied. I think they had too good of a team to lose. They weren't going to win. They weren't going to be denied that year. They had a great all-around team. They were just a gritty-gutty bunch, and you knew that they were destined to be a great team and win the whole thing. But this team now, it's like three teams that they can't get out of their own way with: Red Sox, Houston, and Tampa. You can't beat those three teams. You're not winning the World Series. You're not getting out of the American League.
And
you got to beat those three teams.
And Toronto. Don't forget Toronto.
And Toronto now. And maybe the Orioles and maybe Seattle.
Well, Seattle is on the come up now. Seattle is becoming
they're
one
coming
of those
up,
teams.
and they're going to be good next year. They might make it to the playoffs next year. They're good, very good team. What I've seen, they're a team that doesn't give up and they're resilient, and they could be. They could be right on the Yankees, next year. They might make the playoffs. And you got to have Seattle now and the Orioles. And then you got Toronto, you got Boston, you got Tampa. The Yankees are screwed. They're screwed. They should have won a championship already to get it all over with so they didn't have to worry about all this. Now the league is getting harder. The American League is getting a lot harder now. And I'm surprised from that alone the Yankees don't want to make changes next year and build a championship team and just get this over with quick and win. Because now you have this whole American League now that's getting better and better now. I mean, we all thought it was going to be a joke. Remember, we all thought the American League was going to be a joke. We thought the Yankees were going to cakewalk to the World Series.
Yeah, but that's what I was saying in the beginning of the season. Like, the playoff starts in April, and these teams are better and better. And like I said before, back in the old days, there used to be one player that would hurt you. You know what I mean, on the team.
Yeah.
Now they got like 4 or 5 guys that can hurt you.
This team was projected to win the World Series this year. They were a heavy favorite, and their odds were very high. What happened in the outcome of that? The Yankees didn't even come close to being a favorite. They almost didn't make it to the playoffs. They were awful, the Yankees. They were terrible. They're not even close. All those predictions, you could throw it out the window because it's all computer stuff. It's all like predictions, and it doesn't mean anything because the American League is very good. It actually was better than the National League this year. It was very good. You can't go by all these predictions because they had the Yankees being the favorite. They were second to the Dodgers. And now I want to see their World Series odds next year. I want to see what their odds are going to be next year. Because I don't think they're going to be too high next year.
It's true, man. And
now seeing the outcome of every season, how they always make this team like they're a favorite. They better not put their chances very high this year because they're not going to be too high. All depending on what they do in the off season, though. We got to see what type of moves that they make. I mean, if they don't make any moves, then they're going to just be a team that's going to miss the playoffs. I mean, it's just going to be the same thing again.
It's true, man. I'm
just tired of this. I'm sick of people accepting what the Yankees are and just enjoying them for what they are. I understand that you can't make baseball like a life and death situation. I understand that, but this team hasn't won a World Series in 13 years. That's also too, a major problem, man.
Also, too, man, you got these fans that have no idea what's going on. You know what I mean? And they just go to the game.
They know nothing about the game.
You know, I mean,
they know nothing about the game.
Especially like these people on Twitter that I guess bleacher creatures or whatever. These guys are like
they know nothing about the game.
Of what's going on.
They don't care about the game. They don't care.
It's like
what was really the backlash when Aaron Boone got hired? Were most Yankee fans upset? Because I didn't really read social media. I'm guessing most fans were pissed off about it, right?
Yeah,
they don't want this guy back.
Nobody wanted Aaron Boone back. It's a fact. Nobody wanted him back. You know,
if you get these real laid-back fans that are like, "Oh, okay, he's back for 3 years," they're okay with all that, and they're okay probably bringing the same team back again. It's just ridiculous.
I mean,
you're
like,
going to see the same outcome again.
You got these Yankee fans like bleacher creatures. All they want to do is just get drunk at the game, man. That's all they care about.
Yeah, they don't care.
They're not
passionate fans.
You know,
I don't think they care if the Yankees ever win. They just want to cheer and another thing that Roger was bringing up there, I'm not trying to put Roger down and bash him or anything, but he was saying that, I like to go to Yankee games for luxury and to sit back and lounge. But, I mean, you haven't seen a championship in 13 years. Yeah, it's fun to go to games with people that you care about and friends and family. But he kept constantly bringing up the whole thing that he goes to games to have fun, to sit back and, I like that it's empty. It's almost like he was trying to say he's okay with this thing. He's okay with the Yankees being a horrible team and having an empty stadium. Well, what do you like it being empty then? What was he trying to say with that?
No, believe it. Like I said before, man, no, we're not okay with it, man. Nobody wants to sit through a horrible season.
I heard him say that, I want to put my feet up and put my feet back and come on, man. That's not talking like a fan that wants to win a championship. It sounds like he's giving up the fact that this team is never going to win, and he just wants to just be like, fine, if this is the route they're going, and they change their whole, the complexion of winning, then that's the way it's going to be. Not me. I'm sorry. That's why I told you I'm not watching them at all next year. I'm not going to sit and watch torture like this next year. I'm out of there. I'm not watching them next year. Nobody's going to watch this team next year. They better lose. You'll see the fans will decrease. Nobody's going to go to games next year. It's going to be probably empty. I hope so.
I think it will be. I think it will be empty. Nobody wants to buy tickets, man, and sit through a horrible
And you know what they're going to put on the field again? They're going to put the same trash on the field. It's going to be no different. And they all get optimistic next year, talk about we're ready to do this and we're going to win, and all the same expectations. We're going to do it this year. It's not going to be any different than it was the last 13 years. This team is 5 years in now, this group.
And you know
they're
what?
5 years in, and they haven't won anything.
It's true.
And it's the same thing every year.
And you know something, too? I don't see opening day being sold out. You know what I mean?
No.
It probably will
it's going to be boring now.
I don't think it's going to be sold out, man.
And now there's no hype anymore now because now we've seen all these guys together for years. Aaron Judge, Giancarlo Stanton, Garrett Cole. There's no excitement now because we have all the same players back again. There's no new faces. They're not going to make any changes to spark this team and make them a championship team. So what's going to be fun next year? I don't know. That you get these crazy fans. You're not a real fan if you say that. You shouldn't be a fan. Get off the Yankee train, then. I'm speaking realistically, man. If this team does not put any excitement into their team next year, they don't make any major changes. I'm not watching them. I'm not watching them.
And like I always say before, man, what the Yankees are gonna do, they're gonna how you say magnet or polarize to the tourist section of it.
Yeah, well, they've been doing that since the stadium opened, man.
You know,
they've been doing that since.
That's how they're gonna get their fans.
It's always been a tourist attraction.
You know,
it's been a tourist attraction since the stadium opened in 2009.
Right.
It always has been that.
It's a tourist attraction, man. That's exactly what it is, a tourist attraction, man. And that's what they want it to be.
Been. That's why they made it. That's why they built it for the new modern era, because the tourist people and for a lap of luxury. They don't care about championships. It's all for sightseeing and all those things. The restaurant, the steakhouse, the Mohegan Sun, all that stuff. It's an absolute shit show. This stadium. That's why do you think I never go to it for? I don't like what they did to it.
That's what they're turning it into, man. That's what they want. It's like going to a Broadway play now. Like going to a Yankee game is like going to a Broadway play. Like they offer you the ticket at the hotel where you stay at, and you be like, "Oh, okay, we go to a Yankee game," and they buy the ticket from the concierge at the hotel, and then they go to the game.
Yeah,
you know,
that's what it's like. Yeah, basically.
Because I don't believe, and another majority of the fans are out of town and they live in Westchester County, whatever, Long Island. But majority of the fans aren't from like the Bronx or like the area.
Queens, Brooklyn.
You know what I mean? They're not from the area, like, you know, and the people that are coming to the game, I mean, it's probably gonna be their one game that they go to all year. You know what I mean? So it's like the Yankees are losing money, man. That's all I know.
This team is sinking quick, and you see
They are.
Brian Cashman. What he looks like? He looks like he looks like a zombie, Brian Cashman. Have you seen what he looks like? The guy, he looks awful looking. Looks like he hasn't slept in years. That guy.
He's probably on the stuff, man. I don't know. Maybe he's on that stuff or something. I don't know, man.
It looks like he crawled out of a dumpster. He looks really sick looking, Cashman. He aged horribly, that guy. He looks like he's 100 years old. Just from that alone, I don't even want him to be on the team. He's a scary sight to see, that guy.
Or who knows, man? Maybe he's battling some terminal sickness or something like that. We don't know.
It could be, but he doesn't look right. I just could tell when someone looks sick and then they're battling something. He doesn't look right, Cashman. He really should resign. He should really retire. He's just not fit for this job. He's not a great general manager. He's a lazy, cheap general manager. That's what he is.
Well, I'll tell you one
care
thing.
about winning championships.
But I'll tell you one thing. Brian Cashman can't be the general manager forever. You know what I mean? I mean,
No,
there's got to be one day. I mean,
but
it
they
has to
believe
be a
in that,
day.
though. The Yankees believe in forever, though. This team, I told you, they believe in the forever thing. They want to keep this team and run it down to the ground. And like the other team, they want to bring it down until these guys are old fossils and they can't.
They're gonna be
Brian Cashman will be on the team until he's probably in his 40s. They just
Brian Cashman gonna be
forever.
Brian Cashman gonna be 93 years old. And you gotta listen to his press conference. It's gonna take about an hour just for him to say a few words.
Yeah, well, his press conferences are hard to watch. Oh my God, they're horrible. They're terrible. He's just forget it. The guy's a debacle to watch. And so is Hal Steinbrenner and Aaron Boone. They're just all terrible. I just don't like watching their press conferences. They're terrible. They don't say anything great in the press conferences. It's all the same thing. That's what it's like. Nothing to see here. That's it. Move on. We know what this team's going to do again. They're not going to do anything better. It's just what could you expect? Man? I mean, nothing's going to come out of this. Nothing's going to come out of this.
Yeah, man. Let's see.
They
what
lost.
happens, man.
You think that though it would make them more stronger though every time they lose, but they get weaker and weaker every time they lose. Every year they don't want to build up a championship team.
True.
They lose and they become worse. They become more weak.
You know what? They declined. You know what? Since 2017, right? Since 2017, they declined every year. They declined.
Yeah, and every time they lose, they're the same mentality. They don't care. They just don't want to make anything significant to this team to make them a better team. It's just the same thing they do. The only thing they did was Garrett Cole. That's it. But since then, what have they done? They don't do anything else.
They don't
do
pieces.
anything.
They don't add the pieces.
No, they don't. They don't care. They don't go crazy like the Dodgers do. The Dodgers want to win. These other teams want to win. I even have to give it to the Braves. The Braves are more resilient than the Yankees are. They're more like hungrier. And a lot of these teams are. The Giants, the Brewers. The Yankees have they just have no fire in this team. They just don't care about winning. Oh, the whole organization, it goes from like top to bottom. They just don't care.
Yeah, man, it's true, man. I'm starting to feel that way too, man, and I'm starting to see it like that as well, man. And
I told you, if we don't make it, this is the final season. This is the final year, I think, for the Yankees to ever win a championship again. This is like their last, I told you, the last straw for me. That's
well,
it.
these guys are capable. They're capable of winning a World Series if they just hit the damn ball. You know what I mean?
They can't hit. And they can't hit with runners in scoring position. That's another problem.
You got guys.
It's the same issues that we go through every year, man. It's the same motions.
Every guy.
We just have to hope that they get ballsy enough and they make great moves. But I'm not expecting anything groundbreaking. I don't think that.
Every guy on this team can hit almost 30 home runs, and they don't.
Who cares about home runs? Any guys that are contact hitters, they don't have enough low side. And they don't hit when they're on base in the playoffs. We know the same this year. They don't hit the playoffs. They never do. They can't hit runners in scoring position. That's why they always lose every year.
Yeah, it's true, man.
You lose if you never hit runners in scoring position. So.
It's true, man. But anyway, let's leave it here, man.
All right, man.
We said all we could do, and then we'll come back on Tuesday and see what happens on the updates. You know, on what they on anything that happens in the Yankee news. I know they got a new man. I know they got a. I know the first baseman coach. He's leaving to Oklahoma or something like that. So they got a whole staff
I think
together. So let's see what happens, man. So on the next show.
All right, man.
All right. So I'm gonna thank everybody for watching, and if you lasted this long, man, please hit the like, share, subscribe button, please. It means a lot when you do so, man. Hopefully, we get the algorithm going up through the thing. But yes. Until then, catch us every Tuesday and Friday at 5 p.m. ish. And we're gonna talk baseball. We're not going anywhere. We'll be here the whole winter. So keep following us. Like, share, subscribe. It means a lot. Thank you so much.